What's up everybody, it's your boy Duty back again with another video, and I hope you guys like my new setup. Oh my lord, Pastor Duty is in the house. This is my layout for my sermons. Oh my lord, I figured I'd try it out with DSP's daily rap video. Let's get into it, folks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 31st of January, 2023. And normally, today would have been my final consecutive streaming day of the week. However, this week I have an extended streaming week because my wife's work schedule changed, so my work schedule changed, and we adjusted on the fly here. So I'm here tomorrow, okay? And so today was an action-packed day because today was all, action-based games as opposed to yesterday being chill RPGs. Started off today with the Level 1 podcast, and we had quite a lot to talk about. I had a follow-up on YouTube Shorts. We had a YouTube short that I uploaded this morning of Dead Space that did incredibly well. So it really seems to all be about the timing when it comes to it, and I'm happy with that we figured that out. Talked a lot about various different topics. Well, some of the things that we talked about, not only YouTube Shorts, but also game news. There was a lot of game news to discuss this morning, which was good to always have a lot of news to cover in one podcast, among other things, okay? And it was determined that tomorrow we will be starting up together on the late stream Hi-Fi Rush, a game that came out, last week by surprise on Game Pass. No one was expecting it. It dropped, and everyone seems to think that it's quite a good game. So I'm very happy to be trying that out tomorrow with all of you. And in addition, just a really awesome day of combat, survival, and fun. Although, admittedly, not as good as I would have liked it to be. Let me explain. So, first stream today was Dead Space Remake, and the further I'm getting into the game, what I'm realizing is, even though, yes, there are changes, a lot of these changes are incredibly superficial, and here's what I mean. Today, another 3-hour stream, and we got through chapters 5, 6, 7, and started chapter 8, and I would say definitively the only real difference in the game itself that I saw today was maybe one new cutscene that was added as a side mission, and, there was a 0G segment that originally in the game, it was not a 0G segment, it was different. And I take it back, I think there were two areas that were redesigned to be 0G segments, as opposed to just, in the original Dead Space, you would land and use the magnet boots and walk on magnet boots when there was no oxygen. But now you can free float through the air like they added in Dead Space 2, and you do it in this game. Does it really add anything? The segments that are added are so short that it doesn't really feel like it's adding much at all. Just being honest, it really feels kind of like it's kind of a superfluous thing that they added in to say that there's new content, when in reality, it's not really adding that much. The puzzles are almost identical anyway. The enemies, it's going to be similar or the same enemies, just, floating rather than standing on a magnet boot area. Almost identical, alright? No new bugs today, and that was a good thing, for sure. But I don't know, today kind of felt like a day that was kind of like, well, feels like the same as the original game, pretty much. Didn't really feel like it was anything new or innovative today at all. Not to say that's bad. If you like the original Dead Space, obviously, it's good. But at the same time, $70 release, waiting for the new stuff, where is it? Like I said, we saw like maybe one new cutscene today and a new audio log, outside of the stuff that was originally in the original game. And, I did a boss fight today. It was extremely identical to how it was in the original game. Not much changed at all. So, passable. A passable day in Dead Space, okay? And then on the late stream, it was Warzone. And once again, people laying out these challenges for me to basically try to do like top 20, top 10, top 5. Which just seems to be the pattern now when I play Warzone. Everyone wants me to do well, but sadly there's going to be nights when I'm not going to do well. Last time around, I didn't do well till the last match, and because it was the last match and no one saw it, a lot of people had already quit. Alright? Tonight, literally was one of the worst Warzone nights I've ever had. It was like every possible thing was conspiring against me. First, we had stream snipers.
Conspiring against Phil. Really, Phil. Do you hear the languages man utters? And the other thing too about sniping, that's a whole bunch of bullshit. That's not right. I believe, what does he play? He plays battle royale singles, right? So there is no team. So essentially, the concept is that if you play like duels or trios or whatever, you can jump into somebody's game through one of the other players. So if it's DSP and 2 other players, if you can find a way to get into that lobby to play on his team, yeah, it makes no other sense about screen sniping. No one was out there. You know, the odds of someone actually watches Phil, that knows who Phil is, and gets into a lobby playing with Phil is minute. The statistics is small. The likelihood of it's really small. Trust me, I know because I tried. I actually go online when he's online. I play singles to try to see if I can get a match with him. I've probably done it 10 times. I've never been able to do it. So this whole screen sniping thing is utter crap. The man was dog shit all night. He was terrible. He was bad. I know I always say he's bad. He does okay sometimes when he camps, but he was just straight garbage. He was slow. His react time was bad, and he's gonna keep complaining about, you know, lag and the screen showing one thing but something else happens. It's not true, and that's why I like to play at in the background. I like to play the gameplay video so you can see for yourself how utterly garbage this man is.
Which was annoying at first. Then we had people spamming friend requests. After about 45 minutes of that, someone finally looked it up and found a way to disable pop-up messages. Because get this, just listen to this. In the beta of Warzone, they had streamer mode, meaning it hides everyone's names or whatever, and therefore it stops any kind of intrusive nature of stuff happening. They removed it for the real game. So once you bought the game for 60, 70 bucks, they removed the streamer mode, okay? So now, you know, it's kind of annoying because you wish you had those defenses so people couldn't try to mess with you and harass you, but it is what it is. So then they had the ability to make it so that there's no pop-ups on screen, no one can send you invites. I had that enabled since the get-go and never had a problem. All of a sudden tonight, non-stop pop-ups. Why? Because they updated the game last week and they removed it. They removed it. Why? Because they're stupid. There's no other explanation. Why would you remove the ability to prevent people from spamming you with friend invites? It just doesn't make any sense. It's just asinine.
Okay, I'll tell you why. More than likely what probably happened was they were doing testing and they found that that mechanic in the program was screwing something up. It was causing a glitch, it was causing issues, it was causing people it may have been causing the dashboard, the social dashboard in Call of Duty and in Warzone to freeze up, and that's the reason why they removed it. Also, the streamer mode thing, what probably happened was it just wasn't working, and it was causing problems. It was causing because I know you got to remember, Phil, when you're playing in Warzone singles, you have about 160 people that are playing, so the server has to manage 160 different players with different setups, with different consoles, with different internet services, with different internet speeds. They have to manage all of that, and the system has to be able to maintain and monitor all that stuff. So if something like streamer mode is causing a problem and causing issues, they're going to remove it. They're going to remove it. For the handful of streamers that actually use it, tough, too bad. You just got to deal with it. And it's probably the same thing with the whole chat thing where you can send friend requests. What probably happened was it was causing an issue for the overall social portion of the dashboard. It was screwing things up and they took it out. That's why. It's not to say that they won't bring it back, but it's just causing problems. That is more than likely the possible issue. And again, this is my opinion. I'm just speaking out of experience of what I've seen in the past. I don't know concrete if that's the case, but typically, if you look at an issue like this, you can deduct, you know, the most logical reason is probably the right one. And I'm thinking it's causing issues with the programming and causing other bugs, and that's why they removed the fill. It's not that they're stupid.
So instead of having the ability to say, hey, just don't send me the invites, which I would have preferred, basically someone looked it up and said, oh, but get this, there's a menu. And in the menu, you need to know to press right trigger, even though on the menu, nowhere on the screen does it say press right trigger for options. You're just supposed to know this. And when you do it, there's options that say what kind of pop-ups you want, and you can disable all pop-ups. So I did. So basically, it took an hour, but we got all pop-ups disabled and the trolling stopped, okay? But just outside of the trolling and the stream sniping, it was just a bad night. Like, a lot of my drop placements, I just had bad luck where I ended up with a bunch of other people, and we'd have a big shootout, and you end up dying within a few minutes. Some of the gulags were very annoying, and some of them I did good. Again, Gulag King, where a few times I was double killing and everything, but still, you can only do so much in the gulag. It seemed like whenever we were getting to fights out in the world, a lot of the times it was baloney. Here's tonight's big baloney play, okay? So there's a guy who somehow is off in the distance. He must have a scoped gun, and he keeps shooting me in the ass. I avoid him twice. I keep putting plates in. He's still after me. He's still finding me. Okay, I've had enough. So I jump over a fence, and I go prone. He jumps over me and starts to go into a house thinking I'm in there. I'm not. I get up. I start shooting him in the back. Now, of course, he has full armor. He's not dead yet. So he goes into the house. I said, watch this. I threw a grenade in the door, and I run all the way alongside the outside of the house while he's running parallel in the house. I figure he's going to burst out of this window thinking I'm there, and I'm going to get him. So I'm ready for him, okay? He bursts out of the window. All of a sudden, I start coughing as if there's gas. There's no gas anywhere. I can't move, and he insta-kills me. You'll watch the kill cam. On the kill cam, I'm shooting the guy from behind. He runs into the house. He turns around and throws a gas grenade behind him at the door. It literally is at the other end of the house. At the door I never even went near. Remember, I ran on the outside of the house on the side of it. I'm at the other side of the house waiting for him. His gas grenade that he threw at the doorway that I never went to hit me and made me cough with gas so that he got an insta-kill. It didn't make any sense.
Nothing ever makes sense with this guy. Those weapons are proximity weapons. So when you throw a gas bomb or tear gas or smoke, whatever, especially smoke, whenever you throw them, those are proximity. So essentially it's going to cover an area. It depends on the size. If you ever throw a tear gas on the other side of the house, what it's going to do is going to seep into the house, seep out through the windows, and it's just going to spread out. If you look at the clip that Phil is talking about, what ends up happening is, yes, it started seeping out of the window. He got caught and started coughing. The guy came out and got the drop on him. It was that simple, Phil. It was nothing more complicated than that. It was nothing more complex. The guy didn't use witchcraft or voodoo. He simply just outflanked you. He threw a proximity proximity tear gas, I think it was. You got caught in it. He went through the window and got you. It's that simple, Phil. It's not that hard. No, I don't know. I wonder sometimes. I don't know if he's just so, because of all of it, he's so paranoid and has all, his schizophrenia with worrying that everyone's following him and all that stuff. I think he has schizophrenia, and he sees things that aren't there, and you can clearly see that it's not there. And the funny thing is, he'll start complaining about it, and then just hit B or hit A, whatever, to move past the replay, so that you don't see it. But then he'll sit there and say, "Oh my God, did you see the replay?" No, we didn't see the replay because you flew by past it because you knew you were lying. Anyway.
It never showed the gas connecting with me ever on the screen. The game is a laggy piece of dog shit. I'm sorry. It just is. It's terrible. I can't believe this is supposed to be treated as a legitimate game with that.
Then stop playing the game. Move on to something else, Phil. If you're going to sit here and complain, the issue is, Phil, is that there's just better players than you. It's that simple. I play COD for a good amount. I'm okay. But I know most of the time there's going to be better players than me that are going to clap me. And it's fine. I just move on to the next match, and it's not a big thing. But this all comes down to you tie this game to how you tie your financial well-being of your stream to the game. That's the problem. If you didn't do that, then you wouldn't worry about how you performed in the game. You'd simply just say, well, whatever, I'm getting tips, I'm getting support or whatever. But no, you're trying to do well and win the game so that you can get all of these tips and win all of these challenges. And what's happening is, before people used to give him random challenges, like get 5 kills, stuff that he can achieve. Now it's simply just placement, and most of them are first place, 5th place, 10th place, or top 20. And he can't do any of them. So of course he's not going to hit any of the bounty or challenges, and he's just going to complain. He cracked out at $50 yesterday because somebody gave him a pity tip. If it wasn't for that, he would have been at like $45.
It was blatant for all to see. The gas never even got near me. He threw it at an empty part of the house that I wasn't walking towards. I was outside of the house. How did I get gassed? It's just ridiculous. And of course, other stuff like that too. Firefights where it looks like I should win. I'm losing or whatever. Frustrating. So overall, I couldn't even tell you what my best placing was tonight. I don't think I lasted more than 10 minutes in any given match. Probably barely made top 50 if I even did. Very frustrating. And, it's frustrating as well. Again, it's similar to a night that I had a few weeks ago where, you know, looking for a strong finish to the night. And if the game doesn't agree with me, there's not much I can do. There's going to be nights, entire nights in Warzone that there's nothing I can do. It doesn't matter how hard I try or how well I try to play. I'm just going to die, and never get a good placement. So, those nights are frustrating because at a night when people are challenging me to make top 20, make top 10, I'm not even getting close. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Look at what's happening. It's not like, oh, Phil got outplayed a million times. It's just bad luck, bad placements, and bullshit like that situation. You just gotta kind of shrug and say, whatever. But it is what it is. It sucked. Like, a ton of people were challenging me to do well, and I didn't fulfill one challenge tonight because it was just a bad night, okay?
And there you go. That is the crux of the problem there, Phil. You had a bad night because you didn't hit any of the bounties or challenges. And you're salty. And couple that with your $60 earlier stream. And yeah, this week hasn't been too good to you, Phil.
Also, it was the last chance today to hit our tier 2 members goal. We didn't even get close. I think we got like 2 members today. So, it's now officially the end of January. It's over. Starting tomorrow, February 1st, we get a lot of new things. Number 1, I'm going to have new decorations. In fact, the moment I stop recording this, I'm actually going to grab them and set them up to see how they look on camera. I have to do some adjustments probably behind me to make them look good. We're also going to have a new members goal. I think you're going to like this members goal. It's going to be interesting and something original that I haven't really done before. Although it is a throwback to something that I did a couple of years ago that I think you guys liked. And I think that it's kind of a variation on that. So I think you'll like it. It's the new shorts system here on YouTube tomorrow. Alright, we'll see how that goes, the monetization of shorts. I'm going to have a very special YouTube short I'm going to upload in the morning for you guys. It's actually a throwback one of the funniest moments that ever happened here on DSP Gaming in my 15 years as a gamer. So I think you guys are really going to like this one. And tomorrow, it's going to be heading into the end game of Dead Space Remake. I actually don't think we're going to beat it, considering we just started Chapter 8 and the game has 13 chapters, and there's some added content in this one with these side missions. I think we're going to probably need tomorrow's main stream and then one more late night stream to finish the game later in the week. So tomorrow, we'll get as far as we can in Dead Space.
Oh Lord, this man needs 18 he needs 18 streams to be a 10-hour game. Oh my Lord. Alright folks, hope you guys enjoyed the new setup. Pastor Duty is going to be kicking it live. He's going to be streaming some more. I'm probably going to do some stuff on my other channel. So yeah, definitely look out for that. It should be a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.